approximately 4 p.m. The Personnel Human Services will come to order, please. Roll call.
Ryder.
Here.
Durantek.
Here.
Krieger.
Yes.
Begic.
Here.
Kunin.
Here.
Lutz.
Here.
Garrett.
Here.
Warren present.
Thank you. Minutes of October 16,
I'll move
2018.
them. Support.
Then moved and supported. All in favor signify by the use of sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. We have minutes. Public input. Anyone wishing to address this committee, please do so at this time. Seeing none, we'll move on to petitions and communications. Under A, Bay County Prosecutor, Child Support Specialist Investigator, grant funded.
So
Have a vacancy.
Support.
Then moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under B, Bay County Fair and Youth Exposition, extension of lease agreement for 2019, 20, and 21. What is your pleasure?
So moved. Support.
Then move supported. Discussion. Commissioner Lutz.
Would you want to follow up with our initial discussion?
Yes, please. Kristen, can you tell me what our revenue is from the Bay County Fair Board?
The contract is $5,000 per year
Okay.
for the fair specifically, from the fair group. I can't speak to their financials, they did send them in, but we receive $5,000 each year through the contract.
And that's all the revenue that we have come in, right?
The fairgrounds has different avenues of revenue outside of the fair. There is horse rent, very few, but there are some horse rentals, there's a house rental, there's grounds rentals, there's canteen rentals, merchant building here and there. So there is different avenues of revenue that come in for the fairgrounds, but when we're speaking about the fair specifically, they pay $5,000 a year.
So those revenues out there, I guess what I'm getting at is maintenance and those kind of things that we do out there. I'm trying to get an idea on what actually revenue and what actually expenses are incurred in the Bay County Fairgrounds.
Sure. I
And
can,
if we could get that
sure.
our next meeting.
Yeah, I would
Jim.
be also interested in just seeing a balance sheet, Kristen, on incoming revenue and expenses from maintenance of the Bay County Fairgrounds. And, you know, how much it's costing, I guess, the county taxpayers to continue to operate it.
Very good, thank you. Any other discussion? Commissioner Krieger.
Yep, so, like, we had an issue with the electrical out at the fairgrounds, and so we did the repairs on that. We absorbed that expense. We don't go back to the fair board and say, hey, you know, this was damaged, or this needed to be repaired, so now we're gonna work with you to offset the expense. We just basically eat that expense.
We absorb that expense, yes, and I can't tell you exactly what the contract language says off the top of my head, but that is our responsibility, because it's an infrastructure thing, so we did, the Bay County paid for that, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under C, the Health Director, one, agreement with Michigan Psychological Associates. What is your pleasure?
So moved.
Support?
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Commissioner Coonan.
Thank you, sir. On that particular one, is there a line item that that looks at the grant, and then it said any revenues billed for to cover the costs?
So let me explain. It's kind of a complicated situation, but as you recall, we have an agreement with Bay Area Behavioral Health to provide counseling services within the Bay Community Health Clinic. And that's been going on for about the last year and a half, 2 years. They initially had 2 licensed master social workers that were assigned to the clinic. One of them took another assignment within the agency, and another one left employment with Bay Area Behavioral Health. The agreement has always been with them that if we provided counseling to clients that were not already Bay Area Behavioral Health clients, that we would try to seek reimbursement from third-party payers, whether it be Medicaid, Medicare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, so on and so forth. So the ability to charge for services or to bill for services would actually offset the grant cost. But that, let me state that this is that Michigan Psychological Associates is actually a subcontractor with Bay Area Behavioral Health, and Saginaw Valley contracts directly with Bay Area Behavioral Health to provide those services at the clinic as well. So the long story short is what we're trying to do is when we can bill, we will try and bill and actually provide that money to the clinic.
The only reason I ask, because under the Finance and Economics, it states that no general funds will be utilized. Grant funds allocated to BABH and revenues from billing for the above-mentioned services will be utilized to cover costs. So, I mean, if there must be a line item somewhere that tracks.
So the only
tracks revenues, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And then you can look at whether the services provided are being funded through the grant and the revenues.
Absolutely. And so actually what we would do is part of the contract would be, and the only payment that would be between Michigan Psychological Associates and the Health Department would be for the oversight of the social worker there, the LMSW. And they provide that. And we actually have a similar contract to that right now with Sherry Lemire, who's a social worker as well. And it would be under that same line item as well. And those are funded by grant funds at this point in time, but the more that we can receive through billing, the more that we can pay for those services as well. We don't put any general funds toward the clinic at this point.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under 2, agreement with nurse practitioners.
So moved.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under 3, renewal agreement with Michigan Center of Effective IT Adoption. What is your pleasure?
So,
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under D, Director of Department of Aging, acceptance of donations from Bay Area Community of Mindful Living.
So moved. Support.
And moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under E, Personnel Director, vacancies. Under 1A, Department on Aging driver, part-time, and a cook, full-time. What is your pleasure?
So moved.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under 3, undetermined vacancy. What is your pleasure?
So moved. Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. B, Personnel Department, Benefits Administrator. What is your pleasure?
So moved. Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Commissioner Krieger.
Yep, so we're losing an employee and we're going to gain a new one, correct?
Yeah,
Second.
Tiffany couldn't be at the meeting today, so indicated if a question came up, we would, quickly get the information. She had a family emergency she had to attend to this afternoon, but I am aware of Jeannie Deckard, who has done a tremendous job over the years that she's been with Bay County administering the benefits and the leader of the wellness program, has, I believe, accepted a position closer to home in Aranet County, where she resides. That 1 hour driving back and forth to Bay County building daily just wore on her a little bit, as I understand it. So, but Tiffany could probably give you a fuller explanation when she's here.
There's some big shoes to fill there.
Yes, yeah, we're going to miss Jeannie. She did a great job.
Yep. Thank you.
Lives in Sterling, and it's kind of a long drive,
Yep.
daily, so especially in the winter. Plus, she has 3 young children. So.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign carried. Under C, Community Corrections Program, pretrial specialist. What's your pleasure?
So moved. Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under 2, a new position, juvenile home, youth development worker, part-time. What's your pleasure? Commissioner
So moved.
Coonan.
Support. Those are the three, right?
Those are 3 part-time positions, right?
And the purpose for that is to save money on overtime, is that what we're looking at?
They let you know.
Yes, it is to save, a lot of our part-timers work other jobs, so like, for instance, today I have a full-timer calling in sick on third shift, and now I have a full-timer working a double because it's last minute. So if we could get some other part-timers in there to fill those, we wouldn't have overtime.
Thank you.
Okay?
Did I have a motion? I didn't think I had a motion.
I think I moved it.
Yep. I made
It's
a
been
motion.
moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Carried. Under F, Supervisor of Building and Grounds, Center Avenue Front Step Replacement Project.
So support.
Been moved and supported. Commissioner Krieger.
Just a clarification. Are we repairing or are we tearing them out and putting new in for the $28,000?
Tearing out and putting new in.
Okay, so it'll be 100% fresh.
Yep.
Because I think it was maybe 10 years or so ago, we did some repairs to the front and we did it in-house.
We did, they got us by for a long time, but at this point, we have some major issues that we need to fix because of just the wear and tear.
Okay,
Commissioner Coonan.
thank you.
How are the side stairs?
I'll let John answer that one.
How's the side safety stairs?
Yeah, the condition.
They're in pretty good shape. We've repositioned the caps on those, the marble. A year and a half ago, we repositioned. This one side was kind of shifted. It's probably from frost and the elements. But yeah, we're going to completely...
They're probably over the same age.
Oh, I'm sure. We did our repairs a handful of years ago was just creating some slabs and putting them on top of the old steps, which got us down the road, but it's plain to see they need to go.
Now, when did we decide that we were going to put in new stairs?
This has been budgeted since 2017 and it rolled over into 18. So this, I mean, it's been in the budget. It was approved in the budget process, not even last year, the year before.
Was it caught by that consulting firm that went around and did all the analysis of the buildings that we have?
No. That facility assessment,
Yeah.
we just did that this year.
And we had this in the works prior to that.
Okay. Oh, I guess the question.
I did entertain the idea of putting snow melt in the steps, but, we looked at hot water, we looked at electric. The price was just, somewhere around $140,000.
Cheaper than I saw.
So we kind of went back to just the steps.
Executive Barsha.
Well, I'll defer to the Commissioner, but just to follow up on Commissioner Coonan's comment, I do think it's a good idea to probably do a total replacement on the front steps. A lot of the people that have come into my office have indicated they love the county building and the structure and the architectural design, but they have indicated that the steps they think are, even though they've been repaired, they would probably, for a $28,000 investment, be well seen to just put in new steps. If we have someone fall or get injured, we'd be liable. And so even though your crew has done a pretty good job trying to repair, and it probably is in need of replacement at this point.
It's time.
At least from the comments I've gotten, and we're all familiar with it. But it's funny, though, the other steps around the building seem to be in better condition on the line.
Commissioner Lutz?
Yeah, good, Mr. Chairman. I think what Commissioner Coonan was asking is, did Dude Solutions identify that as something that needed to be fixed in the county building when they went through? Not, as part of their process, in addition to us already having it in work.
I mentioned to them that we were going to be addressing the stairs, as well as other parts of the building.
Because they did all pavements, pedestrian pavements, parking lots, and all of that stuff too.
So they probably didn't because of your comment.
Right. And just like the new roof on the court facility, there's no reason to, we just had that put on there a couple of years ago, so.
Okay.
Commissioner Krieger?
Just because we're talking about Dude Solutions, on the farmer's market, did he go there at all? I didn't see anything in any of the
We didn't
paperwork.
ask him to. No, we didn't ask him to go there.
Because I just figured maybe they'd say tear it down. Okay,
Can't put words in other people's mouths, but
all right, thank you.
And the assessment was based on the square footage of the property, of the building. So there would have been, whatever the square footage is, that's what we would have been billed for the assessment. And I don't think we'd want that.
Commissioner Beckett?
Just a question about the time frame. When is it to be done? When are you looking at having it done now, or?
I would have liked it happened a month ago, but they said they're very capable of doing it as soon as we give them the go-ahead.
and they said it'd take them about 2 weeks, and as soon as the contract is ready, they'll be available.
They're doing all the sidewalk, curb and gutter over on First Street, Wolbeck is presently.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. From the Office of Assigned Counsel, we have the September report. What is your pleasure?
Motion received.
Support.
Been moved and supported to receive. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Under H, recreation planning items. Krista?
Okay, today we are going to be talking about the community center, the summer recreation program, and the pool. Recreation is a service to our community, and I'm going to go over this quick because you've seen it a couple times before, but it increases our quality of life. There's an economic value to our community. It provides wellness to our citizens. It's a social importance. It creates places for life lessons. And studies show that quality parks and recreation are cited as one of the top 3 reasons that businesses cite in relocation decisions. So, the community center, staffing. We are very minimally staffed at the community center. We have about 1 person in at a time. Beth Tron here is our recreation coordinator. I think you've all met her, but she's also our fitness instructor. And Steve Buchek is our maintenance guy out there, and he is split with the Civic Arena. Keith Laundry, our custodian, is their second shift. We have a weekend attendant, Mike, and a volunteer. So what do we do at the community center? We rent rooms, gyms, we host fitness classes, we coordinate sporting events, we operate a fitness facility, we run the summer recreation program, the pool, and we host community events. So our programming at the community center, right now the hot thing is pickleball, and I'm sure you may have all heard of it. We host pickleball 5 days a week, either starting at 11 or 12:30. We usually get, 14, 15, 16 players a day, and so far this year we've had 2,870 pickleball players. We also have badminton that comes in on Thursdays. That's the group of gals you see here. And we have 12 to 16 players a week. I think you guys remember the grant we got from the Bay Area Community Foundation for knocker balls. These are spheres that you kind of put over your body and you play games and run into each other and fall on the ground, and it's a ton of fun. The kids love it. The summer recreation kids love it. For kids 14 and under, it's $2, and 15 and over, drop-in rate is $4. We have a batting cage. Southwest Little League is renting the batting cage for 8 Sundays this winter from noon to 6 to get the little baseball players playing through the winter months. We do a lot of youth programming at the community center. Basketball is in on Sundays in the winter, as is soccer. Baseball comes in at different times, different leagues, and there's a volleyball camp on holiday break.
Kristen, if I could.
Sure,
On the pickleball players.
Sure.
And maybe the badminton, if they have a membership, they don't pay to play, or are they charged to play?
The pickleball players can come in and play or pay a membership. Badminton, it's open badminton, so that's, they just come in and use my gym for badminton at $4 a person.
How much?
$4 a person.
for the drop-in
drop-in
rate.
Okay. And would it be $4 a person if they didn't have a membership for pickleball?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure, sorry.
I'm just on the batting, like it's the Southwest Little League, the rest of the batting cage, so is it, they're the only ones who want it, or I mean, if there's, if there were, you know, because there's, you got Northwest, you got Northeast, you got South, so would they have the same opportunity, like if they said 3 Little League game, would you tell them that they can only have 2 hours a day?
Right. It's just that right now, the only one that's really been, going for it is Joanne and Southwest Little League.
Okay.
So they're our major renter, but any Little League can, anybody, dad and son want to come in and hit, they can rent it. So there's different rates. We have different drop-in rates or a team rate for hour, so depending on who the user is, whether they're a team or an individual, there's different rates, but any league can, any team or
I
parent.
guess I haven't realized it was available, but, so, like, if, I guess what I'm saying is that if somebody came in now and said, hey, we didn't know anything about this, can we get an hour that day?
Right.
Would that be part of it?
Sure.
Just rent it out for these guys for the rest? Okay.
No, and also though I need a little time
Sure.
to plan it, because we do rent the small gym for other activities rather than just the batting cage.
And this has to be set up,
I see.
so, we get a little heads up, we can get it set up for whoever wants to rent. They just call and schedule it with Beth.
But just so you know, because we did have a gentleman call last year on Friday, and he was upset they couldn't rent on Sunday. I already had a party in there Sunday.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah, so
I just got,
if you're sending out a message, just give me a little heads up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, I would think a month or so, a month or 6 weeks ahead of time before, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Thank you.
Yes, so it is in the small gym, which is used for multiple things, right? All right, so we have major renters at the community center. Our basketball league is run by an outside group. In September and October, they rent 2 nights a week. November through March, they're there 4 evenings a week, then back down to 2 evenings a week. Their winter is their biggest league, which is 18 teams last winter and 142 players. They're coming up on the winter season. We'll find out here pretty soon. But they have spring and fall leagues. Same with volleyball. It's ran by an outside group. They rent the gym 2 evenings per week, November through May. And they have some pretty big tournaments, 3 Sundays a year. And they have their winter is also their busiest with 28 teams and 226 players. Last year we had a church league, and it had 5 teams. And then we have drivers training in pretty much year-round. And so far this year we had 391 kids in the program, and that is run by an outside company. Okay, so our fitness classes. These are taught by Beth. First is Fit Fun, 3 days a week, which is a low-impact aerobic class that includes cardio, strength training, and stretching. We have Fit in 30, which is a 30-minute workout with an emphasis on strength training, core work, balance, and stretching. And that's 2 days a week for half an hour. Yoga Fit is a yoga class emphasizing stretching, basic yoga poses, breathing, and meditation for all levels. 2 days, 2 different days a week, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, in the evening. Cardio drumming, which you see here with the big balls in the picture. It's a low impact, fun, energetic workout with drumsticks and balls. And it is a lot of fun. Our fitness classes are $5 for an hour, or 30-minute classes are $3, or we have a punch card system. Beth teaches about 28 classes a month on average. And our paid attendees in 2018, we had 1,870 so far. And you'll see through this program, we also calculate it by wellness attendees, and basically what that means is through our wellness program, employees, employee spouses, retiree spouses can use the facility at no cost. And one of those things that they can do is attend these fitness classes. And so far this year, we had 496 attendees from the wellness side of it. Okay. We also operate a fitness center, and what's a little bit different about our fitness center than others in the area is that ours are month to month. So if you want to come January, February, March, you pay 3 times, but you don't necessarily have to come in the summer. So different prices for different types of passes, but you'll see here the number of memberships we calculated for the year, and it fluctuates from 115 to 71 in the summer, and those are how many people paid each month. And then when we're talking about visits, the number of wellness visits we had in 2017, since that was the last complete year, 1,645, and the number of paid visits is 7,280. Through October of 2018, we had 1,099 wellness visits and 5,847 paid members visit. So we also do room rentals at the community center. We have 3 different rooms that we rent for things like meetings, baby showers, wedding showers, things of that nature. And people tend to rent based on the specific room based on how many people they expect coming. So a lot of times the rooms are at capacity, because if you only expect 50 people, you wouldn't want to pay for a room that holds 200, right? So in room 128, we've had 76 rentals and about 2,700 people or so estimated for that room. 54 rentals in room 124, and we're looking about 6,000 people. And then the small gym rentals, we had 27 rentals, about 4,000, 5,000 people in there. We've also calculated the hours of room rentals for the year, and you'll see them there. I don't probably need to go through all of them, but so far in 2018 through October, the room rentals have equaled 1,576 hours, and the gym rentals is 2,482 hours. We host quite a few community events at the community center. Last month we had Project Connect, which is a one-day event where homeless individuals and residents in need get connected to available resources. We typically every year have 500 people through the door. It is a very busy event. A couple weeks ago, we had a family fun Halloween event, and 467 people were there. Tonight is our Salvation Army Thanksgiving dinner. We've been holding this for years, and we usually have about 325 people on average. The Runners Club hosts races there about once a month, except for the summer, and the River of Time uses the showers and it as a dinner location. So we do collaborate with the Department on Aging. Beth teaches chair yoga, so she does 6 classes a month. And most of the time, Beth teaches them in person. Sometimes during summer recreation program or different events, they may use a DVD, but for the most part. In 2018, we've had 489 attendees for chair yoga so far, and that's what you'll see in the picture. Last year, 651 attendees. Department on Aging also hosts their own events located at the community center. So they have shuffleboard on Thursdays. They have an osteo class on on Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's 4 6-week sessions a year. You'll see that so far this year, 357 people attended. Last year, 342. So, but this is a program through Department on Aging, and it's taught by an outside instructor. They also had the health fair, and 150 people came, and 69 people ate lunch for the health fair. Summer recreation program, that's held at the community center every summer, and it's 8 weeks of the summer. It's Monday through Thursday, typically about 8 a.m. till noon, give or take, when parents can do drop off and pick up. We have breakfast and lunch provided by the USDA Summer Food Service Program and administered through the Bay City Public Schools. We hire 2 supervisors and 14 counselors to run the program, and the program is for kids age 5 to 12. The summer recreation program activities are field trips like the movie theater, the state park splash park, Hungry Howie's, the Saginaw Zoo, City Market, Historical Museum, City Hall, the Loons Tour, bowling, putt-putt golf, things of that nature. They have educational programs like 4-H and Girl Scouts that come in. They swim every Thursday, different sports clinics such as volleyball, basketball, kid yoga, pickleball, softball, wrestling, things of that nature. They do arts and crafts. They play a whole bunch of games. They have theme days like a Halloween day, and the kids have a ton of fun. Here on the bottom picture, they're making tie-dye t-shirts, and I always love going over to the community center when all the t-shirts are hanging from the trees and the fence lines and all that kind of stuff. It's really cute. Our participation numbers, in 2005, it was 191 campers, 2017, 219. This past year, 192. And this pretty much fluctuates with, you know, the outgoing age group and the new 5-year-olds coming in, kind of, it fluctuates a little bit year to year, but we have a lot of return customers. We had some parent testimonials this year, and I just kind of wanted to share some of them with you. As a parent testimony, I love it because it's so affordable, plus the variety of activities. I like how the sports teams from Central would come and play with the kids. Also, the visits from 4-H are great. I hope they keep the program around. I'd like to let you know that our family, especially our son, absolutely loves your summer recreation program. For the last 2 summers, our son has attended the program. He looks forward to it every year now, and so do we. The cost is bearable and is filled with fun activities and outings. He enjoys meeting new friends and catching up with those from years past. You provide them with exceptional counselors and learning-based field trips. Thank you for doing this for our community and our children. Keep up the great work. We look forward to it next year. And last, as a working parent, it is very important to me to find a trustworthy summer program for my 2 children. I need to be reassured that my kids are in a safe environment with enriching daily activities managed by experienced staff. Our favorite feature of the summer rec program are the caring and fun staff, the well-planned field trips, and the athletic and swimming activities. The Bay County Summer Recreation Program provides opportunities for my children that matter, ones that make a positive difference in their life. I can't imagine a summer without this experience. I know I have made a good choice for them. And this is my favorite part of the whole presentation.
Summer rec is something where you learn and you go on a whole bunch of field trips. My favorite part is swim day, where you get to bring your bathing suit and you get to swim in the pool. And there's a huge slide that's really, really fun. Thank you for summer rec. I had lots of fun going on the field trip to Hungry Howie's and bowling.
Okay, so talking about the pool. Our community center pool is 444,000 gallons. It's the only public outdoor pool in Bay County. It is ADA accessible. We open in mid-June after the kids get out of school. We try to plan it about a handful of days right after they're out of school. And we're open to mid-August, and that's because we lose our lifeguards to college about that time, not to mention school started earlier this year. We're open Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 12 to 7, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 6. we're not open on the weekends, and every handful of years we get a question about why. And basically, we've tried it for years and years and years, and we just don't get any kids coming. And I think my opinion is because we have so many things going on in our community, families travel, we just don't have the kids coming in on the weekends, so we're not open. We hired 2 supervisors, 9 lifeguards, and 2 cashiers. And our supervisors and lifeguards are certified. We actually really struggle each year to find enough certified lifeguards. We're always on the look for someone who is certified. So if you know anyone who's looking for a summer position, please steer them into lifeguard certification. This is an aerial view of our pool. We open it every year. It takes our team, Steve specifically, about 7 to 8 weeks to open it. He's got to drain it, paint it, fix it, make sure all the operations of the pool is running, and we're ready to go by June. By law, the lifeguards have to rotate their post every 30 minutes or so, and in extremely hot weather, we have them rotate even in shorter increments than that. This keeps them sharp and vigilant. It's my opinion that the pool is the most dangerous program and piece of property that we own, and our lifeguards need to be vigilant and they need to be on top of it, and Beth does a really good job of ensuring that they are. Every year our lifeguards jump in and they make some saves, and most of the time they're just tired or panicked swimmers, but they are on top of it, and we are very grateful that they are and that Beth stays on top of that so closely. It's the only 50-meter competitive pool in our area that hosts swim meets as well. So I'm sure you've heard about our free swim donation. Every year, at least for the last four or 5 years or so, Mr. Carberry and the Cucalan VFW and the Ladies Auxiliary have given us a donation for free swim. And it is amazing how many kids are coming in for free swim on really hot Thursdays, especially when we have a rainy summer and we get a really nice Thursday. I mean, we could have 500 kids in the pool throughout the day, right? Not all at the same time typically, but this year Mr. Carberry had his donation for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and this was actually very beneficial for us from a lifeguard standpoint. It separated out the free swimmers, and I think it gave our lifeguards a little bit more breathing room, and it was a good decision based on safety. So more families came out this year, which was really nice. Sometimes in years past we would have a lot of kids just get dropped off for the day, and we saw a lot of families this year. So in terms of the number of swimmers, this year we had 752 free swimmers on Tuesday, 1463 on Thursdays, and 4186 for paid swimmers for 6401. So we also have the Saginaw Shark swim team in. They're in 3 evenings a week. Bay's swim team is in 3 mornings a week. We have held the Beat the Heat swim meet. In 2015, there was 1,100 participants, and it has gone down from there. There is a new company a new group of people taking over the swim meet for next year, so we're hoping that those numbers are going to go back up. Dive and Glide uses our pool. We have public swimming, and we also have birthday parties by request, and few and far between because we have to, after the request, we have to have the available lifeguards, but we do get them. So we have swim lessons, mornings on Mondays and Wednesdays, and evenings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The number of kids in the lessons pretty much tops out at 60 almost every single year. And our community is surrounded by water, so it's imperative that our kids know how to swim. So to get to the financials, this is a 10-year history of the community center. If you'll notice, in 2015, our revenue and our expenses were up a bit, and that was the year we did the gym floor. We had $18,000 in grant funding, and we've had a lot of building improvements, lockers, showers, flooring, a couple window replacers, bleachers, and that was in 2016. So just to kind of drill down the last couple years, Our registrations, use, and admissions, so far this year, we're at $48,998, which is above what we had last year. For rents and leases, we're currently at $14,784, and that will go up in the next month and a half. And we had, our revenues, right now we're sitting at $64,000, our expenditures at $197, so this program is subsidized at $132,000.
Kristen, if I could?
Yep.
So do we have a program set up for the equipment in the exercise room to make sure that everything we have is functional? And do we figure out how many years out that we need to replace, let's say, a treadmill or a bike?
We have done a number of replacements over the years through the budget process.
Okay.
Steve fixes them as they need to. A lot of that equipment, or at least some of that equipment, I won't say a lot, but some of that equipment was bought used when it was originally purchased. Right. And so we have had to do repairs and replacements. And we try to keep a close eye on that, like what is wearing, what is gonna need a replacement pretty soon. In the 19 budget, I think we asked for a bike replacement. So we're trying to be proactive about planning for those things. And I think it was either last year or 2 years ago we replaced 2 treadmills.
Right.
So we have done some replacements, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So the summer recreation program here is a 10-year history. I'm not 100% in love with the 10-year history because we have had, every single year we have a $13,000 contribution to the Boys and Girls Club, which comes out of this budget. Back in 2008 and 2010, we had a $20,000 contribution to the Bay City Summer VIP program, which is not running anymore, and we don't make that contribution any longer. Back in the day, the summer rec program was, the Bay County Rec Plan was coming out of this budget. So I really think that a better look at this is kind of a more drilled down look from 2015 to 18. And here it shows our number of campers and how much money we made this year. We had 192 campers. We brought in $20,000. Our expenditures were $45,000, but that includes that $13,000 contribution. So if we're looking at what the program costs, you really have to look down to the expenses where it says expenses less $13,000 contribution. So the summer recreation program 2018 expenses as of yesterday was $32,000. So the program was subsidized by $11,000 this year, $9,000 last year. Something I guess to think about is this program has been around for eons, right? And it's always been a program that it was made for all kids of all different backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds, to be able to participate. We've always tried to keep the cost as low as possible. Right now they're paying $112. We bumped it up to $115 for 2019 in the fee schedule. $115, I don't know what I just said, but $115. In running these numbers, if in 2017, if we would have charged $152 per kid, taking out that $13,000 contribution, we would have covered our costs. That's never been the intent of the program, right? We've always tried to keep costs as low as possible so we could have as many kids able to use the program. So something we need to think about. Our pool is here's our 10-year history, and in the bottom is 2018 so far. So our revenue was $13,000 this year. Our expense was $51,000, and we were subsidized by $38,000 for the pool. The pool, things to note, last year we had a motor break, which was about $9,000. The motor was in 16. In 17, we had the diving board and some cement work due to the water main break and things of that nature. The pool is old. It's 40-some years old, all original pretty much, besides some repairs that we've been doing. So it is a gem. But, the community center offers a lot to our community. It offers a lot to our senior population. And I was wondering if you guys had any questions.
For the summer
Commissioner Clune.
program, is there a scholarship program for families that don't necessarily have the resources, the $150?
We've never had, in my knowledge, we have never had a scholarship program. We also don't offer a multi-child discount, which is maybe something we could think about. So if you have 3 kids, it's the cost of $112 times 3 kids. And so it is my understanding that we've always tried to keep the cost of the program so low that we didn't really kind of have to have those programs. But over the years, as the cost has risen, we definitely get those questions.
So you don't get a lot of diverse kids there, you get families that have the resources.
Well, you have to remember that it's $112 for the whole 8 weeks. So if you were to compare this program to daycare at $35 or $45 a day, it is a steal.
So you get a diverse group of kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Any other question? Bob?
Yeah, what do you attribute the significant increase in paid swimmers over the last 2 years? Did you do promotions or?
We've been doing a lot of Facebook advertising. Now that free swimming has been around for 4 to 5 years, I'd say 5 years, I think we're definitely more well-known in the community. The kids are coming back even on the paid days. We also, if you guys remember, in the 2017 budget, the fee schedule, we came back to ask to reduce the cost for children to $2 from $4 or $5, was it $4? From $4, and it made a big difference because families bringing a couple kids in, paying $4 a kid, I think was limiting some families from being able to use it. And so right now, kids are $2 and adults are $4. And so taking that reduction has really, I think, improved our numbers in terms of how many swimmers we have. So we're getting a lot more kids.
Make a motion to receive.
Been moved and supported. All in favor, signify by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Thank you, Krista.
Good info, thanks.
You're welcome.
Good job, Beth.
Okay, are there any referrals? None. Unfinished business? None. New business? None. Miscellaneous? Nope. Announcements?
Motion to adjourn.
Moved and supported to adjourn. All in favor, signify by the usual sign. Aye. Opposed, same sign, carried. We are adjourned.
I'd like to call a meeting of the special meeting of the Bay County Board of Commissioners to order on November 20th, Tuesday at 4:50 p.m. Could you please take the roll?
Durancheck.
Here.
Krieger.
Yes.
Bigot.
Here.
Coonan.
Here.
Ryder.
Here.
Lutz.
Here.
Herrick.
Here.
All members accounted for, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Please stand for the invocation, followed by the pledge.
Lord God, the strength of all who put their trust in you, we ask that you will bless the session of the Board of Commissioners this day, and that you will lead and guide this board in the decisions made, so that all citizens in this community will benefit. In your holy name we ask this. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If there's any citizen input, anybody would like to come speak before the commission, now would be the time. I can't believe it, but I'm seeing no one. Items for consideration today. Resolution number 2018-273, a contract with Woodbury Construction for the Bay County Building Front Step Replacement Project.
So, support.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? Miscellaneous? Announcements. Commissioner Begier.
There is a new commissioner orientation at Frankenmuth on the 4th, 3rd and the 4th. You don't have to be a new commissioner, you can still go. There's always new things to learn.
Always new things to
So it's
learn.
like a Monday afternoon, they're having a dinner on Monday night and then Tuesday morning. So if you're interested, I don't think the end, maybe got some applications or it's online for Mac.
Perfect. Any other announcements? Oh,
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Our last Clear the Shelter event will be held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on December 1st. And hopefully, with this last one, it's going to get us real close to that no-kill status.
that's at the fairgrounds, correct?
At the Bay County Animal Control
Yeah, at the fair-
Shelter
fairgrounds.
at the Bay County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is there any need for closed session today?
Motion to adjourn, though, is in order.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.